Triple fudge sugarloaf. That's what you are. I want you to be careful because I'm going to tell you something, friends. I have had a lot of messages in the past 2 weeks. I don't know why. Bitcoin halvening year just ticked over and people have been asking me to shill projects. Now, what I'm going to teach you, I wish everybody could get this message. Please share with your friends and family. So in the past 2 weeks, I've received multiple offers to be a paid shill for coins that have already pumped up, which are not cheap prices. I'm not going to bother naming them. Who cares, friends? Honestly, I've forgotten all of them already. I forgot the tickers. Really important because, look, everybody's here to speculate and everybody's here to be early, buy low, sell high. So the difference between a heart surgeon and, his patient being dead or alive, you see that difference? Dead or alive? That's the switch you have to think about when it comes to whether you're looking at something buying early or late, buying low or high, buying depression, buying euphoria. It's that switch. It's the same thing. You have to put this in your mind. That's why I'm sharing with your friends and family. Now, it's going to get a bit tough. And by tough, I mean exciting. And by exciting, I mean a lot of anxiety. Because in a bull market in the year, market cap doesn't really matter. Market caps and these numbers, the way people think about them. People think about market cap as in like, oh, that must be the ceiling of a price. No. In a bull market, the crowd's greed gets infectious. Very infectious. People post leverage screenshots. People show meme coins that have done 14,000x. I'm going to show you that too, like dog with a hat. Okay? These things, they permeate through the crowd and everybody gets the fever. Everyone feels entitled to gains. So what ends up happening is, friends, everyone on paper makes big gains. Only like 5% of people get out. That's towards the very, very end. Now, a lot of people are going to get out along the way and they're going to regret it. And why I'm shared this with you is because we're going to get a balanced approach, okay? Because I'm telling you, on one hand, there's a lot of paid shills. If they're happening to me, they're happening out there. That's why I look, even my message, this is my message. My message is not to tell you just be careful. It's also to say, if your friend Somi here is receiving offers, imagine every other person on Twitter and YouTube. And you see, I am a squirrel. I hold my own nuts. So I'm very confident of my skill and my ability. And friends, you can't capitulate me. You ain't capitulating, poop. I've bought into depression. I had that much confidence in myself and belief that I even was here making videos and tweets, putting myself out there in the public space, showing my face, telling you red candles are for buying. Okay, there's a lot of risk, a lot of family relationships. Probably broken, who cares? You know what I mean? Dying. Look, your family now, your family. So when I'm telling you this, that's me. Your friend Somi here does get in the trenches. I buy low, sell high. Okay, I hold my own nuts. We hunt our own food in the jungle. Yes, I do this. I've done this my whole life. I don't trust these other people at all. I don't trust them because I know what happened in 2021. They caved. They caved. They start shilling trash. Not cheap anymore. Not cheap anymore. Look, if I was to ever shill something, right? Everyone's shilling something, friends. Government shilling their bonds. Everyone's shilling something, right? Everyone's a shill. And by the way, people in stable coins and people who are not long, yeah, they're shilling fear. They're shilling being a bitch. They want everybody to be a bitch with them and basically just sit down and hold their government coins inflating away. Okay, so everybody is allocating capital whether they like it or not. Okay, now at the end of the day, when I'm thinking about low and high, if you have to listen to anybody else, or I am talking about a coin, I'll always say this to you, right? This is where other people won't say it. I'll say, look, here's the chart. You have to get out if it gets below here, if a super trend flips down. And yeah, you know what? Unfortunately, from this price, you might not have the luxury of getting out for a tight area. It has to be a 50% loss. Now, if that pisses you off, good. That means you don't like the trade. You don't like the coin. You don't like the prospect. you don't like anything about it. You shouldn't even be in it. So that's the thing to think about. If the minus 50% drop in what you're in scares you, you shouldn't be in it. Now, the real question I should be asking you is, how do you feel about a 99% drop? How do you feel about that? Or a 90% drop, more realistic? Because chances are one day you're going to be holding a coin that does that. Okay, we've all held coins to zero like that pretty much, okay? But also, look, Hex community survived minus 99%. They're still here. You don't get that cult aspect with all these other coins. But these people, these shillers, friends, okay, remember, I am your friend. These shillers who are shilling stuff that's already pumped, they don't believe in the project, they don't believe in anything. They say they do, they don't. They believe in the money, okay? They got paid to basically get given free coins. Cheating. It is cheating. It's just like a cheat code for them, but it's rinsing us. It's grifting. That's what it is. I am in the trenches. I don't get any special privileges. I don't get any special access at all. If I ever show anything to you, if someone throws an ICO to me, I'm not talking about it for free, right? I want you guys to participate with me, okay? And even if you can't, I will pick out people from the community and I start handing them out. That's what I will be doing. If we get that, I don't even know if we'll be able to do that. That's why I'm doing paid Launchpad, friends. And I will encourage you to just participate in that, because they filter out a lot of the things. Then they get AAA projects. Now, here's the thing. I like that people will accuse me. They go, oh, you're getting paid by the paid Launchpad. No, I'm not. But good, you're smart. Okay, that's be skeptical, because everybody out there is getting paid. All of them. They are getting money for it. I'm not. I am a special case. Yes, it's me, your friends. Yes, I am literally here in the trenches, like I said, fighting the Great War with you. And I am here giving 100% effort, 18 hours a day. I'm finding all this stuff, and I'm finding cheap prices. I don't even care about the project. Give me a cheap freaking price. Can I see this at a high inflation? If I can't see it, throw it away. I know my circle of competence. That's Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger. They always speak about that. They know exactly what they know, okay? I'm not here making thousands of fake trash accounts to scam chains with airdrops, or to do a staking, or trying to draw triangles for leverage trading stuff, which I could do, for instance, trade, be profitable and do that. But I know that's not applicable for you. That's not appropriate for you. I'm not here to give financial advice, but for the average person, okay? So we know all this game, but on average, assume these people, they didn't make it the real way. Now, real or fake doesn't really matter. Money's money at the end of the day. But you know, okay, there are people out here, watch them, okay? Nice smile, you know, they're friends here and there, but listen to their words carefully. How did they make their portfolio from 2021? How did they make it? Did they make it like your friend Somi here, buying low, selling high? Did they make it from looking at the charts, having the vision, joining Telegram communities, seeing the memes, seeing the sectors develop, getting in early, waiting for a super trend to flip up, going in, charting everything as Bitcoin? Did they do that? Absolutely hell to the freaking no. No, they didn't do that. Not at all. That's why I've keen to change the game. What they did was they made channels, or they just go flat out asking VC, insider, hedge funds, whatever. They go, hey, give me an allocation. I'll do X, Y, and Z for you. And they get the allocation, and then they go shilling out to an audience, going, wow, this project's really good. Wow. Yeah, it's $10. I think it can go to $100. That's literally all of them. All of them. That's all they were doing in 2021. You don't know that they got given the ICO at 30 cents. Okay? It's 30 cents. For them, it's $10 on the open. They're telling you it's going to 100. What they don't tell you is their unlock is in 6 months. And they start their unlocks to get out, okay? And they're paid to do that. And they just keep getting ICOs. That's what they're doing. Go listen to them. Don't even take my word. If you be my guest, friends, go listen and put them on 2x speed like I do. Go listen to all their stories, every single one. That's how they all win. That's how they win. Unfortunately, when they win, it's literally a pyramid. They win and they just take a big fat dump all over everyone else. They just poop diarrhea all over everyone else. Their whole audience gets destroyed. Even what they do is sometimes I'll pick out a few people, go, oh, wow, golly gee, I saved you and I saved you. No, they didn't. They didn't say. 99% of people got destroyed. So this is why I know already a lot of people, they either are so greedy or they just don't have the skills. They weren't here, friends. They weren't here in the bear market, man. They don't have the skills, okay? So I'm telling you, they did not have the ability to just freaking buy low. What you're doing, they don't have your ability. they were gone. They're in stable coins. Bless their hearts as well. There are other influencers. I don't want to say names because I always believe there's a path to redemption somehow, but they're just flat out lying to the audience. Like, I have their wallets, and they've been able to construct a story during the bear market each step of the way to keep the audience. And then when things change, they don't remember what they said 6 months ago. But I do, because I keep track of all these people. So they'll be changing their story. They go, hey, I am 90% stable coins because the market's risky, which is exactly what they were all saying, right? Literally at the bottoms of Bitcoin and in the bear market down here, they're saying 90% stable coins or 100%. And then as we move all here, okay, you start hearing oh yeah, by the way, I was DCA buying and I've actually had a huge allocation this whole time. And yeah, these types of things start appearing. And I'm listening to not just one person, like multiple people. I'm like, that's just weird. Like, it's like they're just telling the audience. They basically, what they've done is they've described the enthusiasm of a green candle. They're like, oh, this green candle's for the month is really green. So therefore, I'm going to represent what the crowd wants to hear, which is, yeah, I've been accumulating the whole time because that sounds right, because it's finally paid off. So that's why I'm begging you, what you and I are going to be coming across is it's a double-edged sword. On one hand, we'll be learning information about them because you want to know, man. You want to know, are there going to be crowds that form around new sectors and new coins that you and I can participate in, even though it's not going to be around? Sometimes these bubbles just have so much potential to get in. Like, friends, Safemoon, I'll never forget this story. This dude put $1,000 in a Safemoon ICO. He turned into 40 million. Right, and he forgot about it. He just sold the top 40 or 60 million, and he just paid like a huge slippage or something ridiculous. But don't think we're gonna find the next Safemoon. I'm just opening your mind to, just because we know this game, we know they're grifters, we know that they've all been paid, we know these. It doesn't mean at all costs. Sorry, at any cost, I'm never gonna touch it. No. We're gonna have this perspective of, are we in at a cheap price? Now, obviously, what are the filters for a cheap price? We can look at things like market cap size relative to everything else, the liquidity. You can look at, is there an active community? Is there a cult forming? Is there just just strong team? Look at maybe the size of the sector as well. It's got to be a new coin. Do you even like the website? All these things, you can't really put a formula. They're just checks. And even at the end of the day, you can put all these checks. You don't really have a guarantee that you're going to win. But over time, we can do things like, chart against ETH. If you're on Pulse Chain altcoins, chart against Pulse, chart against the speed to see if they're low or they're high. And your whole goal will be to hopefully to bunny hop through the next alt season to at least stack more of the core altcoins. Okay, so a lot of these things are going to be thrown our way, but you're gonna have to swallow the harsh reality as well, friends. So on one hand, we know scams, trash, not going to be around, grift, all these things. But on the other hand, you can't fight the big megaphone of the influencers that you and I basically have to listen to. You can't fight it. Their voice drowns out all of your skepticism. That's the best way to put it. You can yell from the top of every roof, friends. There's a dude, I made a video on him a couple of months ago. This is last year, I made a video. This dude, he basically outlined how Luna would go to zero. He did. Now, here's the unfortunate part. When he said Luna would go to zero in his thread, and he was basically quote unquote embarrassed by Do Kwon, it was here. See? Look at that. So it was like 30 to 40 bucks. It was literally here. Made the video on it. Look how much it went up immediately after that. It did a 2.5x from that, and look at the top, it did a 3x. After going up heaps, this is up 800x from the ICO or something, or from the low. 800x from the low from Luna. So you see that, friends? That's the harsh reality. Okay, the harsh reality is like, yes, the scams and stuff. They always say scams pump the hardest. So we will be navigating this, and I'm gonna have to, I've been training myself to just to tell everyone, at the end of the day, there's have to be certain words we have to use just to remind ourselves, they are lottery tickets at the end of the day. They are lottery tickets. You have to play them accordingly. It means with your size, which is less than 1% of your portfolio, 0.1% to 0.5%. And here's the thing, if you don't like that small allocation from your portfolio, like if you have let's say $100,000 portfolio in like 12 months, let's say you got 10 grand today, in 12 months, you have 100K, 0.1% is $100. You might say, hey, I want to throw in like 0.5% into some lottery coin. Okay, so you have $500. Now, here's the thing. If you're looking at it and all you can see is like it doing a 4x, and you're like, man, that doesn't excite me, $500 to 2 grand, doesn't really. If that doesn't excite you, that means the price you're buying isn't cheap enough. But also, at least you know, at the back of your mind, you made your money from holding your core coins. So this is the type of risk mitigation you're going to have throughout the bull market as it comes. Because eventually, friends, the bull market, the party's over. And the next swipe is minus 50% down. And then we have to deal with the mess after that. Make sure you like, subscribe, bell button, and I'll catch you soon.